So this is a top 10 video. Um, sort of, it's been some of it. It's not in response to Alan's latest top 10s or anything like that, but inspired by his weekly Friday challenges. Now, some of the challenges he's done lately are books that I just don't have. So, and this is one I wanted to do for a while. This is my top 10 Canadian themed books. So, basically Canadian characters or content or creators, that sort of thing. Mostly it's comic book covers of Canadian characters, but there are a couple in here that are. Well, you'll see. There's one that he's a friend of mine, and he has done his own comic book. So I'll show that at some point. I'm doing this alphabetically. So first up, this is probably my favorite Alpha Flight cover that I own. I just love this negative space cover. It's very cool. I was going to take the sticker off the bag, but I was like, you know what? Let's just shoot it with the sticker on there. But I love that cover. That is definitely one of my favorite covers from the initial run of Alpha Flight. Now, this one is a strange one. I'm going to put it up and let you take a look. It says Black Beauty, A Crow's Nest Past Tyrannosaurus Rex. What this is a comic book advertisement, or I don't know. It's basically a comic book that was created by the Alberta Tarot Museum. I hope I'm saying that right. I'm pretty sure it's basically our Alberta's dinosaur museum. And part of me wants to open it up and show it to you, but you can actually get these online. I don't want to spoil what's in it, but it's not your traditional comic book. It's more like an advertisement. Come visit our museum. So, and I know there's some guys out there who love their dinosaur covers and stuff. So I wanted to show that. And it counts. It's an actually created in Alberta, and you can actually order it from their website if you want it. Now, so for Nate and Hagen and all that stuff, I know some of you. I don't know if it's. I think Nate loves. You let me know, Nate, if it's dinosaur covers. If you love that, I know you love gorilla covers, but I can't remember if it's you or somebody else who loves dinosaur covers. Maybe it's Alan I'm thinking of. But then again, Alan loves. He's got so many interests. There's no way I can know them all. I don't think anybody can know them all except Alan. All right, so this next one is a Canadian character, but it's a sort of a Canadian character. It's one DC's only real Canadian character. He didn't start off as a Canadian character, and Nate probably knows who I'm talking about, and Matt from Alex Comics probably knows. But supposedly he was retconned into being a Canadian character, and I think it was Matt who said that. It's like he's Canadian, but he didn't start out Canadian, and I don't know. But as far as I know, Booster Gold's been retconned in that, and that's Booster Gold number 7, and I believe that's actually a Canadian price variant. If I'm remembering it, it looks like it. Yeah, I think that is a one. All right, now this is one. Has been in the comic book news lately. It's an iconic Canadian character, and I know there's some Canadians out there who they think this character is a joke. I do not think this character is a joke. We got Captain Canuck, first fantastic issue from Comley Comics, and I have several books in this run, and I know that Big Lyle, whatever, I forget. I'm sorry, Lyle, I can't remember your last name. He has a lot of those. And I'm sure Alan has some as well. But I don't consider that character a joke, although some people do. All right, now this is a recent pickup. It's The Fantastic World of Eric Kahn. And you say, well, is that a Canadian book? It actually is. Here, I'll show you the back. It's got this cool wraparound cover. It was actually printed in Canada. And I can't remember the name of the artist and everything, but I looked inside the cover, and this is a Canadian comic book. I haven't read it yet, so I don't. But it's like in the style of Conan, and it's actually, I believe, from the 60s or 70s. I'm trying to remember. I tried looking this book up on Comic Geeks, and it didn't list it. So that's why I'm pretty sure it's some obscure thing. So yeah, it is Aircon Volume 1, Number 1, September 1977. Published by Andromeda Publications, owned and operated by Silver Snail Comics Limited, 321 Queen Street West, Toronto, Ontario. Dean Motter, editor. Entire contents copyright 1997. Da 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 da. Printed in Canada. So, and the artwork in this is very cool. Black and white. Very cool artwork. So that's another one of my Canadian ones. And this is the one, I believe it was Lyle who first showed this, or someone showed it and Lyle said I had that, or I think it was Lyle showed it and said I have that. But we got Heralds of Canada, issue number 1, and I think this is like the only issue of this that exists. Lyle will correct me if I'm wrong. Anyways, moving on. And that's just a fun little indie Canadian book. And the company is like RGB, so no, and it's like it says it says $1.50 US in the United States and $2 in Canada. So it still costs more in Canada than in the US. Anyway, next up I have something. This is the person. I know these two gentlemen. They actually live here in Alberta. I don't know if they both live in Edmonton. I think one of them lives in I can't remember. But it's the creators are Chase Cantor and Daniel Schneider, and there's also a gentleman, Donald and Moon, and I think I know who the Moon person is as well, but I'm not going to say her name because I don't know. She may not be okay with it. I don't know. This is called The Saga of the Jack of Spades, number 1, and it's from Nothing Works Entertainment Incorporated. And I got this directly from them, and they've signed it. I think it was Daniel who signed it. Either that, or this isn't the one that I got. I think there is one of these. No, that says to somebody else. That doesn't say to me. Yeah, so this issue is one. Let's Daniel to let you know. I found this in a dollar book. I found this in a dollar bin. You had signed, so either you or Chase, that maybe that's Chase's signature there. I don't know. Looks like it might be his. So whoever got it from you didn't hang on to it. It ended up in the dollar bin, and I brought it home with me to make sure it's got saved. So I don't know. I do have another one. I have issue number 2, which I got from them directly. So it's a great series, sort of the fantasy sort of vein. There's this, and the whole, when it says Jack of Spades, so it's like there's, just find it and read it. It's like I said, it's called The Saga of the Jack of Spades. So look for that online. Shout out to is it Chase? I hope I'm saying your name right. I think it's Chase, and to Daniel. Anyways, moving on before I completely lose people. I've shown this one before. This is a sketch cover, Northgard number 1 from Chapter House Comics, and this one I had Daniel do for me. So, and what it is we have Northgard. And then I had Daniel put one of my original characters from something I call Project Phoenix on the cover as well, standing back to back, and they're fighting giant alien beavers. And this is a wrap. He did this as a wraparound. I guess I should take it out of the bag and show you. He did this for me a while ago, but his artwork is excellent. Let me see if I can get this out of here. Come on. I should have thought of this beforehand. No. All right, so there's the front. There's the back. And then shooting a giant beaver. And let's see if I can open this up and show you the whole thing. Giant, I think it's giant mutant alien beavers. So that one's never going anywhere. That one's staying in my collection forever. Unless somehow I lose it, but I'm going to try very hard not to do that. We have, next up, last two books. This is Wolverine, Canada's most well-known superhero. That's a Marvel hero. And this is, I was trying to go through my issues of Wolverine. It's like, which ones should I show? And then I came across, like, oh yes, I have this, and this is one of my favorite ones. This is issue number 50. It says Codename Wolverine Top Secret, and it's a die cut cover. So, and everybody's probably seen this and knows this, so I'm not going to take it out of the bag and everything. So that's the 9th book, and I have one more. This is an issue of Uncanny X-Men. It's an iconic Wolverine cover. This is a Canadian price variant. Issue number 207, and it is Wolverine slashing through the comic. So, yes, iconic, very cool. So, and like I said, it's a Canadian price variant. You can see it says 95 cents. So, and it wouldn't say 95 cents if it was the American one. So, and it only shows the 95 cents. It doesn't show. I think what is this? I can't remember. I know some of them. It's like it's a Canadian price variant. It has the price on it and no American price listed. I do know that there are reprints that have been done at certain points, and they have a higher price, but I don't think that's one of them. I looked up on League of Comic Geeks, and I am fairly certain that is a Canadian price variant. Anyways, I'm rambling now. So those are my 10 Canadian comics, Canadian characters, Canadian creators, however you want to put it. Top 10 Canadiana comic books. Maybe that'll be the title. Anyways, I appreciate if you made it this far. For all those of you out there in Canada land, or even in the United States, well, I want to do my own sort of, like in the vein of what Alan does for his Variety Challenge. What are your top Canadian comic books? Or if you don't want to do Canadian comic books, maybe you're in Britain. Maybe what's your top 10 British comic books? Or maybe you don't, regardless of where you are, what are your top 10, homegrown heroes? Maybe might be the best way. Like, who are the characters, whether you're in Britain or in France or Canada or the United States or Mexico or wherever you are in the world? What are the top 10 Canadian top 10 comic books for your country? Oh, I'm losing track of my brain right now. Yeah, and if you want to do Canadian comics, great. If you want to do top 10 US, top 10 something else, I don't know, whatever you want to do. I'd be interested in seeing it. Buzz? No, that's on the computer screen. And I thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you thought. And if you decide to do this, you can link me and maybe link Alan. Let him know you're doing this special top 10. Or I don't know. I'm not gonna probably link Alan in my description, but I'll probably put him in as a shout out, along with some of the other Friday Night FOMO guys to see what their top 10s for Canadian comics is. All right, thank you very much. I hope you're having a great day. Take care of yourself, and bye for now.